Hello, you guys. Happy Tuesday. Good morning. How are you? We are
Good
so excited.
morning. We did not plan this. This was
We
just a
didn't.
lucky accident. What is it? What is it? A happy accident.
Yep. Let me tell you. So often we come to meetings wearing the same thing or coordinating, and often when we go out to eat, we go out to eat at the same places, not knowing. And often we are having the same things for dinner, or like she's putting this in the crock pot, and I'm like, we had that 2 nights ago. It's so weird. It really is weird.
It is
Anyway,
weird.
yes, I really like your top. I like all of the different colors that are in it.
Thanks. I
So,
like your top
so
too.
cute. And then to wear a pair of shoes, like a pair of teaks that are that teal color in the middle or
Yes.
color in the middle, that pop, and
And I
then use,
actually have some pants this dark purpley color.
yeah. I don't know that I would wear pants that color. I would stick to like a black pair of pants.
Yeah, but they're so dark it's almost black. But there is black in it too, so
And then wear the turquoise color or the teal color in your earrings and all that. Anyway, all right, guys. Good morning. We are so glad that all of you are here today. Winter, it's going to be 70 here today.
yeah.
And it was just freezing the other day. I don't even know what to say anymore. I really don't. All right. Thank you for joining us today when you could be doing 100 other things, but we are so glad that you're wanting to invest in your business as we embark on this SEO Foundations for long-term growth plan and idea and training. Okay. Whether you're new to SEO, which is search engine optimization, or you've been optimizing for years because you've been blogging for years, like many of the ladies that are joining us today. This session is packed with sustainable strategies designed to help you not just get results, but keep doing them and keep getting
Yes. So what are you gonna
important.
learn?
Yep. What you gonna
You're
learn?
going to learn why keyword research and the way that we do it is the heart of any growth oriented SEO strategy. You're going to learn how to align content. This is a big one. And this is what our printable is about that I did
Mhm.
not set up the banner for. You're going to learn how to align content with user intent to attract and retain the correct audience. We've got to get out of the mindset that we want to attract everybody. That's not
Right.
true, right?
Right.
And you're going to learn steps to organize and structure your content for long-term visibility in the search engines. What does that mean? Somebody's talking about me? No, but
Yeah.
stop talking about me.
All right. So, what are you going to walk away with? You're going to walk away with three things: a foundational SEO plan built on sustainable practices. You're going to walk away with actionable keyword search techniques that go
Mm.
beyond the basics. Okay. And number three, you're going to walk away with practical methods for creating and organizing content that stands the test of time. Now, what is your light bulb moment? Your aha.
Okay, this training is for you if you have been frustrated by inconsistent SEO results, if you're unsure how to target the correct audience, and or if you are overwhelmed by the constant changes in search algorithms. So stick with us. Stick around, guys. You're going to learn how to build an evergreen strategy rooted in proven long-term growth techniques.
You just made me check to make sure my ringer's off. Turn that
Right?
ringer off. All right. So, let's dive into this, shall we? Number one, keyword research using Google Search Console. Okay. Let's talk about why Google Search Console is a gold mine. Okay. It's also referred to as GSC and is one of the most effective tools for discovering what your audience is already looking for. Okay. It gives you real, actionable data on how people find your site. I always say it is your phone call to Google. If you see that people are searching for this and coming, or if you see that this post is doing well and you're getting a lot of Google referral traffic for it, and you're like, I wish I knew what people were searching for when they came here, this is what you use to do it. And this is what we use to actually create keyword plans based on actual user behavior and not just guessing, hoping, throwing spaghetti on the wall. We've been saying those things for a decade. Stop throwing spaghetti on the wall. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so how do we do it? How do you use Google Search Console for keyword research? Well, if you were over in five figure,
Mhm.
you've been getting some little daily tasks that show you different ways to dig into your Google Search Console. If you were in six figure, obviously it's a lot more in depth hand holding and personalized directly to you and your data. But we're going to give you kind of the upper level look here in our free YouTube videos. So, step one, dig into your performance report. We want you to go to the Performance tab or the Search tab inside of Google Search Console to see which search queries are driving traffic to your site. We want you to focus on queries. Right now, this is one way. This is not the end-all be-all. This is the one way that we are telling you in a free training. There are a million other ways, but this is the one. Okay, Search Console, Performance tab, or Search if you don't have Performance and Discover. Focus on queries with high impressions, but low clicks. Okay? High impressions, low clicks, or low click-through rate. These are opportunities to create optimized content that directly addresses what your users are searching for. It means you're showing up, but people aren't clicking. Okay? Got it. Step 2,
Okay.
Crystal?
All right. I love that you guys are saying that 5-figure has been eye-opening and that you're loving 5-figure. So let me just tell you, Kim, 5-figure is the tactic. You can just imagine where you could go with the strategy as well. All right. So step 2, identify the gaps in your content. This is huge, and people are leaving traffic on the table by not doing this. You need to look at keywords where your ranking position is between 10 and 20. Okay. These are terms where you have potential, but aren't quite on first page. Okay. So 10 to 20 means that if there are 10, right. If there are 10 spots on page 1 of Google, which there's more than that now, really. But if you take that, then that means if your position is 20, you're way beyond page 1, right? We want to get to page 1. Okay. So you need to create new high quality content or update the existing content so that it better targets these queries. This goes into that thing.
Caveat. Do not delete the things that it's already showing on page 1 for. Do not delete the things that you're getting clicks for. Add. You're adding. You're adding some of these queries into this content. If it fits. If it fits.
Right. And we're not changing URLs. We're not we're not doing any of that. Okay.
Which is number 3, right? We're not changing our focus keyword in Yoast because really that does nothing except for you. It doesn't tell Google anything.
Right.
What?
We're not changing it from a post to a page or a page to a post. Don't do any of that. Okay. We're looking for gaps. All right. Number 3.
Identify the big misses in your content. I want you to look at your keywords where your ranking position is about as bad as it can get. So we flip that position on its back end, right? We flip it upside down.
193 or something.
How many numbers that is. These are terms where Google's trying to show your content, but you most likely don't have it at all. So they're trying to show it, but it's not it, right? We want you to, for these instances, you're going to create new high quality content to better target those queries. It's got to be different. It's got to be new. Now, if you have preschool handwriting worksheets, and if you flip it on its end, it says handwritten worksheet for preschool. Okay, we're not targeting that, right? Yeah. We don't want that. But if you have letter A handwriting worksheets, girl, that's what you're writing now. You're writing a new post that's letter A handwriting worksheets. Got it?
Got it. We're good. All right. Number 4, target long tail keywords or long tail queries. Scan the data for long tail keywords, specific phrases that often indicate user intent. Okay. Honestly, sometimes that longer stuff really gives you a much better, I homeschool my kids, a much better and even better look at what the intent of the user is. Okay. So for example, how to save money on monthly groceries shows a clear informational need. Okay. These keywords are easier to rank for while bringing in high targeted traffic. And Kelly brought something up a couple of weeks ago somewhere. It might've been in here, but it was such a good thing. And it was understanding that when people are using voice, whether it's kids, adults, teenagers, whatever, when they're using voice to search for things in all the places, they're usually more wordy, right? And so that can get us even more long tail queries showing up in our data because people are really talking, saying, how do I save money on my grocery budget instead of just grocery savings, right? Okay, there you go. Number 5.
Number 5, analyze your top performing pages. So now that we've figured out all of our holes and all of our gaps and all of our misses, we really want to analyze the things that are doing well. So we want you to find pages with high clicks, with the high traffic. and check what queries they rank for. You might uncover related keywords that you haven't targeted, right? So when you do that, on that post that's showing for this, then you're going to do that. And what you can do is write additional pieces to capture this cluster, this landing page, this keyword plan of search terms and enhance your overall topical authority. That is the goal here. We want to enhance our overall topical authority. We want to rank, dominate for all things chicken recipe, right? So we have to have all the different related chicken recipe keywords that we can possibly have on our site.
Yep. All right, so here is a real life example. If you go into Google Search Console and it shows that you're ranking for simple wedding cake ideas, but with a low click-through rate, you can create or optimize a post titled 10 Quick and Simple Wedding Cake Ideas that's visually appealing and answers the common related FAQs, right? The types of questions that they're going to have to 10 quick and simple wedding cake ideas. All right.
So remember, we're not changing our keyword to 10 quick and simple wedding cake ideas. We're not making our URL say 10 quick and simple wedding cake ideas, right? Our keyword is simple wedding cake ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Our keyword, our URL, our focus word is simple wedding cake ideas. Mm-hmm. But in the content itself, in the meta title, the thing that the users see and that it interests them, we're adding that 10 quick and, right? To really draw them in. Does that make sense? Do you follow that? So by tapping into that data that's already at your fingertips for free, Google Search Console becomes your personal roadmap for crafting content that matters to your audience and ranking higher in the process.
Okay, let's talk about mastering user intent. Okay, so over the course of the last 18 months, 2 years, user intent has really, really, really been something that makes you stand apart from others when it comes to competition. So why is user intent so important and why is it key? When someone searches for something, they're looking for specific answers. Matching your page content to the intent, whether it's informational, whether it's navigational, or whether it's transactional, this is what's going to make the search engines favor your site, okay? So it's not just wedding cakes. Wedding cakes has no user intent. What do you want to do with wedding cakes? Do you want to make them, bake them, buy them, sell them? What do you want to do with them? Okay? Wedding cake is not user intent. All right, let's keep talking.
Today's worksheet is all about user intent, which is one of the reasons that we waited to share the information with you till we got to this thing. But another reason is we need you guys to stick around in our YouTube videos for at least a certain amount of time so that the algorithms favor us and they show up. So we don't want you to just come and get your free printable and leave. We need you to stick around for a little bit. So text the word intent to 251-644-6701 to get today's worksheet that's all about mastering user intent. Okay?
All right.
So practical ways to align with your user intent. Step 1, analyze the search results. Type your target keyword. Type your target keyword into Google and see what's ranking. We're not copying, we're not doing any of that. We're just gathering info. We want to know, are they blog posts? Are they product pages? Are they reviews? Are there more images than anything else? Or does it flip you over to video? What happens, right, when you type that in? Because that is going to help you understand what the user actually wants or what Google thinks that the user wants. If you don't know the user intent based on your keyword, you can do this step 1 to see if you can gather that information. What do they want?
Right. So Sharon says, so very clever to figure out user intent with Google Search Console. So like if your Google Search Console doesn't show user intent, then you need to be saying this needs to be at the forefront of your mind while you're creating content. So here's the next step. Step number 2 is to group your keywords by intent. So for example, listen to this. This is really going to help you guys see user intent in a different light. Okay. So for example, how to bake a cake. What is that? That is informational. Versus buy cake decorating kits. That's transactional. So we told you. Yeah.
Best cakes near me.
Information.
Best navigational.
Oh, best navigational. Okay. Yeah, best cakes near me. So you're tailoring your content accordingly. I want you guys to be thinking about those pieces. Is it informational? Is it navigational? Or is it transactional? And it's not just wedding cakes. Like, what does the end user want to do with it? Those things need to be on your mind. Okay, step 3.
So, y'all got that? Step 3, answer the question completely. This is a big one. I feel like a lot of people are so surface level when they're going through things like, if someone types best exercise for back pain, don't just name the exercise. That doesn't help them at all, right? I don't know what a 2B2 squat is. How am I going to do that?
Somebody hurt their back. Somebody's been searching for
Like,
ways
what is that? Provide the description, provide the benefits, provide the expert tips, provide a video or a GIF or pictures that show how to actually do those exercises, right? So we're not only showing you how to do them and telling you what they are, but we're also explaining why you do those, what that exercise is actually going to do for your back, and what makes it the best for your back pain, right? Be very careful that we're not upper level or surface level, that we're digging into that to answer the question. We're not going off, and if you have hip pain, and if you're old, and if you're overweight, like, no. Back pain.
Right. User intent. How do we solve the problem of the user? And we're not sending them on a rabbit trail. Okay. All right. So here's another real life example. Okay. I want you to think about this.
Review bloggers, travel bloggers, pay attention.
Okay. So a user is searching for best laptops under $1,000. What is that? Is that informational? Is that transactional? Or is it navigational? Okay. Think about it. Your brain may be going to one thing, but really what they're wanting is comparisons. What they're wanting is pros and cons. What they're wanting is shopping links. So what is that? It is transactional. Okay. I feel like we're in school again. I feel like we're in math class. All right. Here's how you find the common denominator. So they don't want just a list of models. You would not have given them that was not the intent of the user. So you would not have solved the problem properly. Okay.
They need to know why this is the best. Why it's the best to you, but also why they might not think it's the best. Right?
You know what? This is really this is a great training. Honestly, you guys are very lucky to be getting this training. This is something that honestly could go into our strategy, like just diving into a whole brainstorming strategy.
Yes.
Really good.
So, pro tip, add FAQs to your pages, and not just FAQs, FAQ schema. It's very important that it's FAQ schema to address the common follow-up questions that users might ask after they've searched best laptops under $1,000. What might they ask after they've done that? Now, what do they need to know? Okay, here's a list of best laptops under $1,000. But now what do they need to know? Right?
So I just want to say real quick, Kelly mentioned schema. We had I do not want to veer off track, but we had a conversation. It was Liberty, Katie, I forget who else. We were talking about, well, why do we use create cards, or why do we use cards? Those list cards, how-to cards, recipe cards, those provide schema. Okay. FAQs provide schema. All of that stuff is very important when it comes to SEO. Okay. Define transactional. They literally are telling you how they're giving you their budget. That's a transaction.
Yeah, they want to buy it. They are literally looking to buy it. They just need to know which one. So, yes, it is a little informational, but it's also transactional. Because, yes, they don't know which one they want to buy. They're not trying to find that specific one to purchase at this point in time. But once you provide the information that they need, they will buy. They're already in the buyer process. So it is transactional because you are providing links for them to actually purchase it once they have the information.
Right. And it has money associated with it. Like, they are looking to open their wallet and spend their money. Emily said, what does schema mean? Schema, Kelly, you're going to do a better job explaining. Basic. It's language that the bots understand to know what to do with this.
What it is. What is this information? Is it a review? Is it a product? Is it a list? Is it a recipe? Is it a how-to? What is it? Right?
Right.
So it's coding in the back end. You don't have to use a plugin to provide that coding for you, but who wants to write it? I don't want to write XHTML. I don't want to write CSS. I don't want to write any of that stuff. I just want a plugin that makes it easy for me that the bots can then read.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
So,
Computer language.
Jen, I really see you using create cards
Girl.
like a list card. So best thing if you're putting together a list that has to do with a specific, so Disney, best rides to do at Disney, and you want to get you want to incorporate other people's content about Disney, you would create a list that is links to other people.
You don't have to do people's content. You don't have to do links.
Okay. Give them another example.
So yes, that is absolutely one way to do it, right? So you're going to link to Crystal where she did this entire review on, I don't know, it's
Harry Potter ride.
Well, Harry Potter's not at Disney, but right, all of those things. Harry Potter is at Universal, but yes, she wrote the whole thing about what age it's best for, what size it's best for, if you're overweight, where you need to sit on the ride because the seats are bigger, right? All of that stuff about this. So now Jen's going to link to that. And Kelly wrote one about, I don't know, Peter Pan, right? So all the same things. And now you're linking to that. You're going to do that in a create card, but you don't have to use links. So maybe you just want to write your own list of the top 10 rides for solo travelers, right? For example. So then you just use that exact same thing, that list schema, because now it's giving that list information to Google and you're writing your rides. But the problem that travel bloggers fall into, and the problem that review bloggers fall into when they're doing these buyer guides, is that they only give a list. They're not actually solving the problem because that list can be found anywhere. I can go to Disney and get a list of rides. Right? I can go to any Disney blogger out there and get a list of rides. I need to know why. Why are they the best? If you're saying for solo travelers, why are they the best for solo travelers? Why? Why did you choose this to put in this list? Give me the information that I cannot get off of Travelocity, that I cannot get off of the site's website, the brand's website. Tell me why you're doing this information. That's why I'm at a blog. Right? I'm at a blog for the personalization, for the information that I'm only going to get from somebody who has actually done it a million times.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Katie says, so is there a plugin for FAQs like Create for the List Cards? If you have Yoast has the FAQ schema that you can click. I'm sure there are others. What are some of the?
I actually like to use the accordion block that is part of the cadence blocks. But then when you do it, over in the right-hand side under the advanced things, you need to make sure that you turn on FAQ schema, and then you can go in and save that. You'll just look in the plugin. There's a way to save the options so that once you do it the one time, you don't have to continue turning it on, just because I can change the way it looks a little bit better than I can the Yoast one.
Jen, I'm so glad you love us. All right, Emily says, okay, is it just a bulleted let me restart over. Let me start over. Okay, so just using a bulleted list is using schema. No, like just putting in bullet points is not schema.
It's just bullets.
It's just bullets. You have to have code. So you can manually insert that code like Kelly was talking about, or you could use something like Create that is going to create a list.
WPRM.
But it's going to plug in the coding that goes along with that so that the bots are triggered to say this schema is a list. Okay, so think of it this way, Emily. When you're writing your blog post, one of the things that we teach is for you to bold your keyword in your intro, okay? I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about that, but that's something that we do. When you bold a word in the blog post or a group of words, your keyword in the blog post, it creates coding on each side of. Have you ever flipped your blog post? Write a blog post out, flip it to HTML. All that extra stuff is coding, and all of that coding means something to the bots that are scanning it and trying to index it. So the coding that's associated with bolding it draws the attention of the blogger. Draws the attention of the bots. The coding that is associated with creating the list schema or the FAQ schema draws the attentions of the bots. And it's saying this stuff is really important, and it means more when you're trying to figure out what this blog post is about. Does that make sense? Okay. So there you go. What are you looking up?
All right, where are we at? Number 3?
Yes. Well, hold on. Oh, we already did the real life thing. Did you do the pro tip about FAQs?
Yeah.
You did. All right. So now we're going to get off of that little soapbox and we're going to talk about content organization for long-term success. Okay. So why structure is the unsung hero of SEO. Okay. Content organization improves user experience. Okay. And helps search engines index your site more effectively. Think of your site as a library. Well organized shelves make it easier for people and for Google to find what they need. So
Yes.
you go to the library. We go every 3 weeks. We're homeschoolers. If I walk in there and I'm like, we are looking for this book, if I just have 4,000 shelves to look through, I'm never going to find it, right? Things have to be organized so that the user can find what they intend to find, so that the user has a good user experience, right? All right, let's talk more about organizing.
So, how do you organize your content the right way? How do you? Well, real quick. I bold my hyperlinks. Should I be doing that? No. If people can't see them, then you need to edit your CSS on your blog. You don't want to put it in the HTML. Okay. So how to organize your content the right way. Step 1, build a solid content hierarchy. I want you to use logical structure with your this isn't, but your categories, your subcategories, but really with your posts and your pages. For example, you want to create landing pages and sub-landing pages like health and fitness might branch into subtopics like workouts, nutrition, and mental health, right?
Okay. Step 2, use internal linking. Link your pages to each other in a natural way to help both users and search engines navigate your site. When we talk about having 350 pieces of well-connected content on your site, this is part of how you do that. Number 3.
Leverage your landing pages. Here we go. Your landing pages and your content clusters. I want you to create in-depth pillar or cornerstone content like the ultimate guide to SEO. And in that, you're going to link your related blog posts like how to do keyword research or SEO tools to try.
Okay. Here's a real life example. A dog site about dog training could have a landing page that's called Complete Dog Training Guide, linking to detailed posts like puppy training tips, solving barking problems, potty training schedules for a dog, like whatever it is.
Right.
Okay. All right.
So pro tip, moving forward, keep your URLs consistent and clean. I want you to use short slugs that's your keyword, like dog training tips, instead of category equals 1, 2, 3, 4, topic equals SEO tricks, right? We don't want to do that. Do not change your URLs on your live content.
Do not.
Moving forward, really pay attention to that permalink before you hit publish. Yoast automatically pulls whatever your title is and typically takes out all the ands, ofs, theirs, its.
Yep.
Okay? So we want to edit that and make it our actual keyword.
If it's in your keyword, it needs to be in the URL. Okay. All right. Number 4, content that ages well. I love this. I always say that SEO is like a fine wine, a good cheese. The older, the better, all of that, right? So what is evergreen content? Evergreen content stays relevant long after it's published. It's not what's trending, okay? While trends come and go, evergreen articles bring traffic over time without constant updates. Now, little addition to that is to stay competitive, we're not just setting it and forgetting it, okay? This isn't a crock pot meal here. We do want to come back and do some updating to all of our content each year. But evergreen will get traffic all year long, where trending Valentine's is only going to get traffic during a window of time. Okay. How do we write evergreen content?
I have an ultimate guide to making chocolate covered snowman pretzels. So do we make chocolate, like milk chocolate and dark chocolate and semi-sweet chocolate and white chocolate and strawberry chocolate and banana chocolate? Because otherwise it's not really an ultimate guide. It's just how to make snowman covered pretzels, right? Be very, very careful about trying to use these trendy words. if that's not what the content actually is.
Valid.
Right? We want to make sure we're actually solving the problem. If I see an ultimate guide, I'm expecting I'm going to learn every way to Sunday about how to make chocolate covered snowman pretzels, not just one way, not just one recipe.
Mm-hmm. That's valid. All right. Step one.
How do we write evergreen content? Step one, focus on those timeless topics. Write about concepts, guides, frequently asked questions, whatever, that hold value year after year after year.
Okay. Step number two, optimize for updates. Use stats or examples that are easy to refresh later without changing the entire blog post, the whole project. Okay. Number three,
answer big picture questions. For example, how to write a resume has longevity compared to top jobs of 2025.
So here is a real life example. Instead of saying best marketing trends for 2023, create a post called Evergreen Marketing Strategies That Always Work, for example. Okay. And update it periodically with fresh examples.
Pro tip. Evergreen content should not be boring. You should use vibrant language. You should use engaging examples. You should use gorgeous visuals, all of those things, and keep it fresh.
All right. So number 5, sustainable growth practices. Why SEO is a marathon and not a sprint. And that is so true. Short-term tactics, okay, like 5-figure blog tactics. Those are short-term tactics. They're going to give you a traffic spike. But sustainable growth strategies are what keep visitors coming back. Those strategies are what make all of your business pieces work together for growth, okay? So
let's build our foundation. So let's talk about this 3 steps to build your foundation. Step 1, be consistent. You should post high quality content regularly. Remember, you're a blogger, so you must be blogging. Right? Runners run every day. Bloggers blog every day. So you need to post high quality content regularly so that search engines know that you're active and that you're relevant. And step 2, you need to monitor your analytics. Don't get so caught up looking at analytics that you're not working, but you do need to monitor them. You need to use your Google Analytics in your Search Console to track your performance and identify what's working so that you can double down on it. But also don't get caught up in, oh, well, it worked yesterday, but it's not working today. Girl, you don't know. You need at least 1,000 eyes on it to see if it's working. Okay?
Very good reminder. All right. Step number 3, stay current. While this training focuses on long-term growth, keeping up with changes in SEO SEO best practices ensures that you're never being left behind and things are always changing. I say all the time, the only guarantee in this space is that things are ever changing, like constant changes. I have my window open because it is so beautiful outside. And I have a preteen outside jumping on the trampoline. That's right by my window. All right. So pro tip, reward returning visitors with fresh insights and updates. This builds trust and loyalty, which indirectly is going to boost your SEO. All right. Final thoughts, Kelly.
That's it. Your roadmap to SEO Foundations for long-term growth is done. That's it. There's not this big secret, guys. It's really not a big secret. Provide what your users are looking for, actually answer their problems, right? Use schema so the bots understand that you are doing that, and be consistent.
Yep.
When you build your strategy with sustainable practices like that thoughtful keyword research and making sure that you align with user intent and organizing your content effectively, that is when you have great SEO gains and you have set up your SEO foundations for that long-term growth.
Yep. And I want you to remember, SEO is not about gaming the system, okay? It's about creating genuinely valuable content that matches what your audience is looking for, okay? You need to start implementing these strategies today, but then you need to stay consistent and you need to watch your long-term growth unfold. Being consistent is one of the most important pieces in all of this, okay? Take one step today. And then maybe revisit your keyword list. Maybe you're making keyword plans for yourself. Start analyzing your user intent. Look over what you're writing about, what you've written recently. Did it address user intent? Okay. Build momentum from there. I love saying wins bring more wins, like success brings more success. Okay. Let's keep that mindset going. You've got this and you're going to do amazing things. Do you want to talk a little bit? Hey, Angela Taylor is our implementation specialist in 6-figure blog strategy. Do you want to talk a little bit about the worksheet that they're going to get? It's really awesome. If you
text the word intent to 251-644-6701, you will get your user intent mapping worksheet.
Yep, it's pretty awesome. You guys are going to love it. Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for hanging out with us. So each week you get this training from us on Tuesdays. We've been training on Tuesdays for bloggers for 100 years almost. But also we have a second YouTube video that hits on Thursdays of each week as well. So we're building out another series that's a series of topic, we're diving deep into a specific series in those Thursday videos. And we hope that you will listen along and implement what we're sharing with you. We really want this industry to continue growing and booming. And the more that we all do, the more that we can all do better together and grow together, the stronger this industry will be. All right. Okay, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Final thoughts, Kelly?
No, ma'am, I got a whole big bag of nothing.
She's got nothing. All right. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.